A little more than 17,000 people live in beautiful Anacortes. There's a neighborhood there, and from above it looks like 1,000 other neighborhoods, houses and people and life. The Ruts kids look around from their front yard on 10th Street, wondering if there's anything special going on here.
It started, I was just at home, doing nothing in quarantine.
Luke is 18. He has a little sister, Amelie, who is 11, and where Luke goes, Amelie is sure to follow.
Let's go see Joanne Dyer.
On this day, they had an appointment, 2 houses down.
Hello.
They were there to talk about Joanne's passion for puzzles.
What was your first puzzle? Do you remember that?
Luke takes some pictures.
Thanks so much. Those are awesome.
And then the 2 of them are headed back home. Their mom, Janet, looks at the world like this.
I think there's something kind of special about knowing that everyone has something to offer and everyone has a story and everyone has something that they can teach.
It's rubbed off.
So I was like, maybe I'll just try putting together like a little paper.
He started talking to neighbors, asking questions.
And I've actually learned so much about my neighbors this way. Like there's some people that I've never talked to.
For instance, he learned something interesting about a guy named Peyton down the block.
I was a reporter at the Seattle Times for 41 years.
Oh my gosh!
He roped his brother Matthew into getting involved.
So is your brother technically your boss at the newspaper?
Sorta, but I don't let him treat me like a boss. I'm my own boss, sorta.
Amelie didn't take much coaxing.
I like to deliver them.
Luke learned to format on the computer, and a weekly neighborhood newspaper came to life. He named it the Quarantennial, and right under the name, he wrote, "Created during quarantine, born from boredom." Circulation for the inaugural edition was modest.
I think we only did 10 at the start.
Readers learned that Chris Parkinson was babysitting her grandkids more because of the coronavirus. Andrea across the street learned about Mr. D'Amelio in the blue house on the corner.
He's been working for the census for over 20 years. I did not know that.
And the very next week, everyone learned that Andrea hand makes her own washcloths. In the April 26th edition, 7-year-old Audrey Miller told a funny story about her dog Mabel. And there was breaking news about a water balloon fight linked, the article said, to prior snowball fights between inhabitants of the Miller and Salazar homes. This was the talk of the town. Dog seen wandering down alleyway. Young child with red hair heard yelling, "Go home, Garth." They constantly make fun of their dad in print, which may not be the best idea because dad is the head of the printing department.
Every week we go in to my dad's office where he prints them off, and we try to print, like 3 more than we need because he says, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Circulation is up 200% in 4 weeks, all the way up to 30.
Molly, let's go.
He's a great kid and has made something kind of tiny, kind of special.
Every Sunday morning, Molly gets her lists and she and her brother go door to door.
Hi, Sky.
Really, everyone who gets it is always thrilled, so.
Another edition. We look forward to it every Sunday.
It's nice, it's a good feeling.
Hello.
The neighbors, it just brings them joy.
Hi, Molly.
Piece it all together, and you get a portrait over time, a snapshot of people getting by, finding joy where they can, of kids being kids. Turns out this place is special because it has Andrea the washcloth maker, and Joanne the puzzle collector, and Mr. D'Amelio the census worker, and Audrey's dog Mabel. It has water balloon fights. And oh, by the way, Evan plays music on his porch every night at 4 p.m., so come on by and say hello. And it has the Quarantennial newspaper, put together by the Ruts kids, who somehow during strange times knew all along exactly what their neighborhood needed.